Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from your respective positions, wherever you are around the world. These images you see there, yes, it is difficult for me to post the videos. It is impossible for me. Otherwise, I would post the videos so you could see them. But those who have already seen the videos, you can put them in the comments. Yes. The worst, the unimaginable happened today in France. Today, May 1st, 2025, the workers' holiday. It is this sacred day that the French have chosen to go out and celebrate their despair, celebrate their fed-up state, send a very strong message to Emmanuel Macron to make him understand that France is fed up, the French are fed up. The suffering is indescribable. You know, a very long time ago, I kept telling you here that nothing is going well in France anymore. But today, the worst has happened in France. The worst in what sense? The mobilization was unprecedented in France and in many cities. The worst is the repression. The way the French soldiers, the police, the gendarmerie have repressed the French citizens. Even in Africa, it doesn't happen like this. In this digital age, everything is filmed. While they were doing it, people had their smartphones filming. What happened? Journalists were beaten. They hit them. Journalists. Like what you can see here. This gentleman is a journalist. This is the capture of the video that I am putting here. Because if I post the video, they will bother me with their copyright issues. You know, the Élysée had asked last year to delete my channel and my page, a page with 324,000 subscribers. Those who were on the old page, make yourselves known in the comments. The reason they deleted it was because there were some videos on which they claimed to have copyright. That's why I no longer post videos. Yes, we will manage with it, especially since what is important is that our page continues to exist. If we had the old page, we would now have 1 million subscribers. It's not a big deal. What you see in these images is very serious. France, which claims to be a country of human rights, a country respectful of democracy. Here they are oppressing the people, repressing with unspeakable violence. Yet we are talking about a demonstration. These French people went out to express their opinions. So where is the democracy? That's why I would like you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible. To our brothers in Africa, send them this video via WhatsApp Messenger. Tell them to do some research. Allow them to receive this video to understand that when Burkina, for example, chooses its path, when Ibrahimtraoré said, "We are not in a democracy in Burkina, we are in a revolution," some fellow African citizens interpreted this differently. Those very people you believe in, those you see as models of democracy, do not respect democracy at all, ladies and gentlemen. Dear African youth, you need to open your eyes. Let's go with the information. Let's delve deeper. This Thursday, May 1st, 2025, the police violently repressed the May 1st mobilization in Paris. In Paris, there were more than 300,000 people who came out to protest across France. 3 more than 300,000 people in. Across the entire national territory, more than 300,000 people. And they chose the Workers' Day. The unions called for mobilization on this May 1st, the day of Labor Day. There were 270 gatherings planned throughout France, notably in Paris. In total, 270 gatherings, since they have meeting points. In each city, there were meeting points. So it was necessary to ensure that the voice of the unions, the voice of the workers was heard, read on their poll days posters. The protesters communicated through posters, but they were not given the time. I tell you, the way they repressed, we are waiting to see the French justice. Moreover, even the French media hardly talk about it, since these media are under the orders of the Élysée. That's why I would like you to share the video. The French justice should take up the matter, as they do for Africa. Up until now, there have been 29 arrests in Paris. How can people be arrested simply because they went out to express their opinion, to exercise a constitutionally enshrined right, enshrined by laws, protected by international law? Do you see what democracy is? French-style democracy? So thousands of people went out, and the law enforcement chained baton charges, tear gas. The 29 people I mentioned, that's in just one district of Paris. In another district whose name has not been disclosed, at least 50 people have been arrested. So, this video I showed you there, where there are several police officers, law enforcement, and there's this journalist there. You can even see 2 police officers kicking, and then you hear the other shouting, but he's a journalist. He's a journalist. And in another video, you see a journalist. She's being manhandled, and she ends up on the ground. I don't want to say the exact words that correspond to what was done to her to avoid being censored. Because on the platforms, there are words they prohibit, and we are being watched. As soon as we say something about me, they create trouble for us. They manhandled that journalist so badly. Her friends started saying, help her, help her. But meanwhile, others were there filming other journalists. Some even said, but you don't care about journalists. But what do journalists have to do with it? They just came to cover the event. So, another police officer hit a journalist with a baton. And what remains clear? No. What happened in France today is the worst. We would still like to see these Western countries come out and condemn the actions of these police officers. We want to see the French justice system take up this case and determine the responsibilities in this historic repression. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in all honesty, Africa must open its eyes. We need to open our eyes to understand that the right political regime is the one that the people want. These people should not impose a type of political regime on us. If we want democracy in our countries, let us implement democracy according to our realities. But taking these people as a model is to deceive ourselves, to delude ourselves, to lead us into mistakes, because they themselves are not sound. These people are even worse than us. At least here we have humanism. It's the opposite over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be too long. That was the headline of the news. I'll be back with more news shortly. This was the voice of your humble servant, Robert T.